Joe Biden is back, and I know some of you thought that he had passed on to the other side, but he is still holding on to life by a string. Joe Biden's first appearance back from the grave was on The View, and as you can expect, it was kind of a mess. And before I get into what he said about Kamala Harris, let me show you how cognitively declined this man is, in case you forgot, since he hasn't really been on camera in the last 6 months. And as always, guys, please like this video and subscribe so I can afford a hair transplant. Here we go.
Mr. President, since you left office, there have been a number of books that have come out, deeply sourced from Democratic sources, that claim in your final year there was a dramatic decline in your cognitive abilities. In the final year of your presidency, what is your response to these allegations, or are these sources wrong?
They are wrong. There's nothing to sustain that, number one. Number two, think of what we're left with. We're left with a circumstance where we had an insurrection when I started, not since the Civil War. We had a circumstance where we were in a position that the pandemic, because of the incompetence of the last outfit, end up over 1 million people dying, And we're also in a situation where we found ourselves unable to deal with a lot of just basic issues, and which I won't go into in the interest of time. And so we went to work, and we got it done. And one of the things and
Alyssa, one of the things I think is that the people who wrote those books were not in the White House with us.
I do not know what he's saying most of the time in that video. And what you see in the video, though, is what I believe to be a little example of what happened during his whole presidency. He stumbles through things as best as he can, and then ultimately Jill Biden steps in and leads everything.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts. And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Why?
Sorry about that. I don't know how my favorite video of all time got in there. My bad. In any case, guys, these videos simply serve as a reminder to us of the scandal that Democrats tried to cover up over the last 4 years. The actually important thing that he said in that same interview came after that question when he was basically asked about Kamala Harris's loss. It's pretty funny, ultimately very pathetic. Take a look.
Democrats were feeling optimistic about the vice president's chances of winning the presidency. But then election night came, and it was like 2016 all over again. Yeah. So why do you think the vice president lost, and were you surprised?
I wasn't surprised, not because I didn't think the vice president was the most qualified person to be president. She is. She's qualified to be president of the United States of America. Right. But I was surprised. I wasn't surprised because they went the route of the sexist route, the whole route. I mean, this is a woman, she's this, she's that. I've never seen quite as successful and a consistent campaign undercutting the notion that a woman couldn't lead the country, and a woman of mixed race. Yeah. They played that to a fairly well. In addition,
so basically, Democrats are alleging that 49.8% of Americans, that's the amount who voted for Trump, are just raging sexists, and that includes, by the way, the tens of millions of women who voted for Trump. And I'm sorry, I just don't think that's a winning message going forward in 2026 or 2028. Absolutely nobody is saying that women can't be a leader in the country. Maybe a small percentage of people, but not a meaningful part of the Republican Party saying women can't do it. We're just saying that woman, the actual woman they put up, cannot lead the country. You can tell, by the way, that Biden is officially out of politics. And the reason why I say that is because even though Democrats talked about the racism and sexism stuff right when the election had come out, they've mostly stopped talking about it because they know it's a losing issue. But Biden has not really been part of the Democrat training, I'm assuming, since November. So he's still kind of recycling those old talking points because he's just not in politics anymore. So the big question with all of that is, why are we still talking about this? Because obviously that was a long time ago. Why do we even care about Joe Biden anymore? And the reason it matters to me is because, unfortunately, I think people occasionally forget how garbage the Democrat elite and the media, but I repeat myself, are. They're just garbage. They're horrible. They lied to us for 4 years. And then it became so clear that they couldn't cover up that lie. And then they wrote books about it to basically make money off of how big the scandal was, even though they were the ones perpetrating the scandal. Jake Tapper from CNN literally protected Biden for years, saying that he was doing somersaults and gymnastics in the White House. And now he makes tens of thousands of dollars a month from his book, from talking. He talks in his book about how big of a cover up and a scandal this was, even though Jake Tapper was the scandal. He was the scandal. And so, no, I'm not going to stop talking about it. We need to keep talking about it because people need to remember that they are lied to about these things. If they were lied to about them back then you know that they are lying to you right now about similarly huge things. Hey guys, I'm excited to announce that I'm rolling out my new Substack. If you didn't know, Substack is simply a newsletter that allows me to connect directly with you and share the daily news and my commentary and opinion through your email. It's completely free to subscribe and you can cancel anytime. I'm also kind of showing the inner workings of my show there. There's direct chats with me so we can bounce political ideas off each other. It's just a simpler, more direct way to do it. So go check it out right now. The link to join is in the description below. It is Bernie Sanders roast week, everybody, apparently, because this video has been circulating the internet and I had to show you. On the left side, what you're going to see in this video is you'll see Bernie Sanders talking in the voice of rich, oligarchic, evil billionaires, according to him. And then on the right side, right after, what you'll see is him saying the exact same things, but in his own voice.
How can I get by on one house? I need 5 houses.
I own 3 residences. Yeah, I do.
I need jet planes to take me all over the world.
Think I'm going to be sitting on a waiting line at United? That's the only way you can get around. No apologies for that.
Sorry, the American people. We've got the money. We've got the power.
Guess what? I'm a United States Senator.
What's truly offensive about that video is at the end of each statement, what Bernie does is he puffs out his chest and he says, no apologies. No, I'm not apologizing. Yeah, I own 3 houses. I'm proud. I fly private. I'm proud. Yeah, I'm a senator of the United States. I'm powerful and I deserve different privileges than you do. That's what he's saying. And he's so unapologetic. He literally says no apologies. And here's the deal, Bernie. This is the thing. Most Americans don't care what you do with your money. They don't care. No one cares. Most Americans are fine if multimillionaires or billionaires want to spend their money on private jets. It doesn't matter. It's their money. It doesn't affect us. It doesn't affect me in the slightest. I just don't care. If Warren Buffett wants to take a private jet everywhere he goes, I don't care. It doesn't do anything different for me. But what we do care about is when a man who's worked every single day in the public sector and not had a day in the private sector, so he's making all of his money from being a public servant, then tells us that we are beneath him. Again, he's never made money on his own. He doesn't know how to do that except for when he makes book sales, again, based on the popularity that he's achieved as a U.S. public servant. So you see the difference between a billionaire and Bernie Sanders. Is a billionaire says this is what the billionaires say. Yeah, I love my private jet. And I hope that you get rich and get one too. I really don't think billionaires give a crap. I actually personally have met some billionaires. They don't care. They want people to do well. But Bernie Sanders, his whole argument is this. Yeah, I live in 3 houses. Yeah, I fly private. But you're evil and oligarchic if you try to do the same. That's his whole argument. Bernie is the oligarch. It's clear. This video shows that perfectly. He will go down, in my opinion, as one of the biggest frauds in American history. Hey guys, I wanted to introduce you to my book, A New Cult. It's on the bookshelf just back there. I talk about the Bernie Sanders and how he and other Democrat elites are literally devolving into a cult. And I talk about some crazy stories. I know you'll enjoy reading it. I had a great time writing it. Go check it out right now. The link is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Please like the video and subscribe so that other great patriots like yourself will see the video. And you can check out any of my other videos right here.